Hello, this is Corey from King's ITS, and I'd like to talk to you today about utilizing the Tests and Quizzes tool within OWL. The Tests and Quizzes tool within OWL is an excellent tool for creating assessments, quizzes, tests, exams, etc. I'm going to go through it with you today and show you how to add it to your OWL site and how to build a very basic multiple choice test using the assessment builder. So let's get started. Within your OWL site, you'll want to click on the Site Info tab, and then you will want to click on Manage Tools. This will bring you to all of the tool options within your OWL site, and scrolling to the bottom shows you the Tests and Quizzes option, which you will want to ensure is enabled. Click Continue and Finish to add that tab to your menu on the left margin, and you'll see it here towards the bottom, Tests and Quizzes. So I'm going to click on that, and doing so will show me the working copies of exams or tests that I have created, but I have not yet published. You'll see this tab here allows me to click on to see exams that I have published and released to students. I haven't got any of those there yet. And then above that, you'll see Create from Scratch, the assessment title, and the options for creating using the assessment builder or creating using markup text. Today, I'm just going to create a new test. I'm going to call it Final Exam. Oops. I'm going to call it Final Exam 2, and I'm going to create using the assessment builder. I'm going to click on Create. Now within Assessment Builder, you will select the type of question that you want to create. For today, we're going to choose multiple choice. Doing so will bring you to the question creation page where you will be asked to assign a point value to the question. In this case, I will assign a value of 1, but you can assign any number that you want to that question. We're going to opt to display the point value while students are taking the exam. And today we're going to do a single correct answer for each question. So what that means is there is one correct answer, and all of the other questions, all of the other answers will be wrong. You can add complexity to your multiple choice exams by choosing multiple correct single selection or multiple correct multiple selection, and that's something that we'll talk about in a future video. Also, you'll notice here points deducted for incorrect answers. We're not going to do that today, and again, that's something I'll talk about in the future. So moving on from there, we're going to choose the question text. So we're going to make up a question that pertains to your subject, obviously. We'll just choose a really quick basic question, and then you'll see as you scroll down all of the answer text boxes, I'm going to put in a number of answers here. And I'm going to choose the correct answer. Actually, let's make this one, that would make some more sense. Scrolling down from there, you'll see that you can add more answers. So you've got by default, you've got 4 answer options here. You can remove them and just have 2 or 3 or however many you want. You can also add several more. You can choose to randomize the answers so that your students, so that each student will see the answers in a different order. You can choose to require a rationale, which will provide a text box to students as they're writing the exam where they can justify the answer that they've chosen. You can opt to assign this to various parts of your test. Obviously, we only have one part in this test, so we're just going to assign it to part 1. We can also choose to assign this question to a question pool. This will provide you with the opportunity to add this question later on. If you can add it to a question pool where that you can use later on to create more tests using the questions contained within your question pool. The correct answer feedback and the incorrect answer feedback you can provide to students after the exam has been assessed, after it's been marked, and they'll see the information that you contain in these fields after the fact. Moving on, we're going to click on Save. And now you'll see that you've got your completed question here. You've got the number of points that you've valued this question at. You've got the question and the answers that you've provided. You can then choose to create more questions simply by inserting the new question type here. So from here, you can then, once you've added as many questions as you would like to add, you can click on Tests and Quizzes again, and it will show you the working copies that you've already created, and you can see final exam number 2 right here is the one that we just created. And I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to click on Edit, and you'll see that I can then go into that test and I can add more questions if I desire. From here, you'll also notice that you've got a number of options, including Edit, Preview, Print, Settings, Publish, Duplicate, Export, and Remove. The Preview option allows you to run through the exam as though you were a student and see what the students will see. I'm going to click on that now, and I'll show you what I mean. So this is how the students would see the test. They would go through all of the questions and then click on Submit for grading. I'm going to exit out of there. Also, if you wanted to publish this test, you can click on Publish, and going through these options will allow you to choose the date that this exam will be made available, the time that it will be made available. You can set the time limit. So let's say we wanted this test to be released on March 31st. I'm going to click on that, and I'm then going to set a time limit of, let's say, 3 hours for this exam. Best practice suggests that more than 2 hours of multiple choice questions is perhaps less than ideal. It's not a bad idea to create an exam that builds a little bit of extra time into it in the event of technical difficulties, so that students aren't left scrambling to finish the exam when they may have run into problems in the completion of it. Moving on here, you'll see that you can choose to either allow or not allow late submissions. And here you can choose to auto-submit exams that have not been finished when the time limit is up. You can choose the type of email notifications you will receive, so that you will receive an email notification every time the exam has been submitted by a student, or you can get a daily digest each day of the exams that have been submitted, or you can choose not to receive any email notifications whatsoever. Moving on from here, I'm going to save those settings and publish, but I'm not actually going to publish it. I'm just simply going to save it. There is an excellent help page with lots of great information for the Tests and Quizzes tool within OWL. You can find it by clicking on Help, and then clicking on, and then doing a quick search for Tests and Quizzes. You'll find it is the first option that comes up when you do that search, and you'll see on the left margin there are various topics for you to peruse, and the amount of information contained therein is quite great. Of course, if you ever need help, you can always reach out to the ITS team by submitting an ITS work request ticket at kings.uwo.ca/ITS. This is the quickest and most efficient way to get help. I hope this helps, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.